Hi, my name is Samuel Price, the Crypto Lifer, and every single Friday I give you a top-down macro analysis. This video is going to encompass Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, Total 3, which is the entire market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, we're also going to be looking at the DXY, the S&P futures, the NASDAQ futures, and gold, as well as a couple other charts that I definitely think you want to see. At the very end, I'm going to have a keyword that I want to see if you say back on a Twitter post that I'm going to put out. And if you say that keyword back, I'm going to find out someone. I'm going to give you guys something pretty cool. So stay tuned towards the end, find out what that keyword is, and interact with me on my Twitter post when I ask you for that keyword later on. Probably tomorrow morning or later on tonight, I'm going to put that Twitter post out there. So play with me, man. It's going to be a fun little game. So let's pay attention, and there's definitely going to be something worth it around the bend there. So let's check it out. Let's have some fun. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin on the weekly. All right. And I've been saying this every single week and talking about it, but we want a weekly close above 61,500. If we can get a weekly close above 61.5, that'll be extremely bullish. And we wanted to make sure we didn't lose 58,000. If we lost 58,000, it was likely we were going to go further down to $55,000. And those are your key weekly support or resistance. It looks like this weekly is set up in 2 days and 8 hours to close above 61,005. But only time will tell. Right now, we're at 61,728, and it would be a beautiful thing if we did get that high to the upside. So I like it. As long as we closed above 58,000, I'm good. And with these two candles, and I really want to make sure we close above 60K, 60,800, but 61.5 is where we're gunning for. And then really it's back to this top area, about 68,000, and then the all-time highs for Bitcoin. I've been showing this over and over again and saying, well, now that we've formed that secondary low, which is a higher low, we've definitely formed this trend line, which, makes a bit of a bull pennant, symmetrical triangle, however you want to call it. Looks more like a bull pennant to me, a little tighter. I also see this shoulder, kind of a head and a right shoulder. Do we come up, go sideways? I wouldn't be surprised if it takes us 2 more months, September, halfway through October, something like this. And boom, October 20th, 24th or something like that, which will be 2 months from now. And we're starting to get our move further to the upside here, right around the 28th, 20th of October. So it's setting up for the Halloween pump. Anything is possible. So far, so good here for BTC. All right. Now, looking forward is also the stochastics on the weekly look like we want to push to the upside. So I'm really happy for that too as well. We move forward to the daily, and the daily looks interesting. And this is kind of what everyone's been watching here for the past few days. And I readjust this and say, hey, we're coiling up inside of this tight channel. The daily is basically inside of this parallel channel. These lines are pretty parallel if we match them up. And we've been just kind of bouncing through these two areas, right? It's a higher low for the daily, and we're making this beautiful ascending triangle. And so this is the next bigger move that we want to see here. You can trade this on any time frame, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, even the 1 hour is inside of a smaller flag here. It's like a mini version of a similar type of pattern. We're looking for this breakout. To me, it's more likely that maybe we don't pump today, but we begin to get somewhat sideways, and we're looking for some sideways price action like this as we get tighter in here, and maybe we break out, come back down, and then we're looking for more sideways price action, until we break out of this bigger channel. So a big move is coming for Bitcoin on that 4 hour and the daily time frame. Like, we're going to break out of this channel to the upside. Do we come back and come back down is the question. Do we make a big leap? That's what we really want to see. The 4 hour, I just flashed the 200 MA. We want to see the 4 hour break above that 200 MA. If you get a candle close above that tonight or tomorrow, you would look for a follow through at least back up to 66,800. So far I'm bullish for Bitcoin. We did defend the low area there after that nasty dip down to about $49,000 on the 4th of August. And ever since then, we've been kind of battling higher lows and just getting tighter inside of this channel. A lot of up and down price action. So very shortly, definitely before next week, the move is coming. It would be very unlikely that I come here next week and we're still sideways. A move is going to happen. We're either going to, and right now it's looking like we're going to break out because we consistently make higher lows, but you never know. Total market cap and all of cryptocurrency still doing great too, but battling the 200 MA. Again, it's that 4 hour 200 MA. Right now it's resistance. Can we break that and just move to the top of the channel? Then yeah, maybe we come back down again, and we range, but I'd like to at least get us that push to the upside So we can do that range. I'm looking for the 4 hour to break above the 200 SMA. Otherwise, it's very similar to what we're watching for Bitcoin inside this symmetrical triangle. It does have a bigger, you know, when I have, you say, is that pole too long? But I take really wick to wick, and it suggests that we really could get a pretty big move to all, you know, closer, if not almost at all-time highs here for Bitcoin. So the total market cap is looking bullish as well. But we do have to break above that 200 MA. If you don't get above the 200 MA on the 4 hour, we're going to have an issue. You know, segueing ourselves over to total 3 here, which is the total market cap of all the altcoins, right? We desperately needed the altcoins to bounce. They were struggling. If we fell down lower, they were going to go lower and then, I don't know, make a lower low, and we were going to make a nasty downtrend. We had the head shoulder. We dropped, right? I saw that on Bitcoin and multiple other time frames, you know, basically sported this head and shoulder pattern. But beautiful. We got to move up, and the pattern says we can get all the way up to at least the point of control here at $629 billion. So you can see money has flowed into the altcoins. It's a pretty good sign. That segues me to Bitcoin dominance. If money is flowing into the altcoins, we would like to see Bitcoin dominance take a move to the downside. To me, this is starting to look more and more like a descending triangle, like more like an ascending triangle. But if we flatten this out and this keeps coming this way, it's definitely more of a descending triangle that can likely break further to the downside. We're looking for Bitcoin dominance to let go here. And even that little move will be enough just to give the altcoins a little bit of a push. If that's going to happen, we'd also like to see Tether dominance do the same thing. Tether dominance is getting into that oversold region. It's very low, but it looks like it can dump one more time. I'd love it if Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance both give us a little bit of a move down, because if money flows out of Tether and money flows out of Bitcoin, it can only be going one place, and that's into the altcoins. So just pay attention to that one idea. It's definitely something on the radar, right? Moving forward, we're going to take a look at your DXY. In our DXY, we suggested last time, if you were with us, that we were here, and I said, you know, we could break down to this circled area. We went exactly where I said we would go, right? Bang. Then went sideways again, made a divergence. Are we going to, you know, bounce back here now? You know, is there cautious for the crypto market? Another thing is we got a nasty drop of the DXY, but people didn't flock into BTC as we normally see. It's really bricks, I believe, the sell-off of the dollar, and it's not as correlated to Bitcoin pumping anymore. I think there's enough people selling off the dollar in different ways that it's affecting the dollar in its own way. But this makes a shoulder, a head, and a possible right shoulder. But even then, you know, we're just looking for possibly a bounce back up and then a continuation down. I wouldn't be surprised if when I come back next week, we're on the way down or actually even lower after this move, right? So the DXY continuing to lose value, and we've been nailing it ever since on these weekly macro analysis videos. S&P future, right? If we zoom in a little bit, the last time we left you with the fact that we were probably going to make some type of flag here and go sideways. That's exactly what we did. But then we had a major up and down movement, some crazy price action. But let's, you know, get out of these tiny candles, look at the bigger time frame, and let me show you what's brewing here for the S&P. Remember, we called the bottom there on that break. You know, we basically could see that it was a 786 bounce and a 618. We did get a bounce. All right. Beautiful move here. And, you know, they were going to print money. So it didn't make sense that we were going to drop on the stock market. It just, you know, and lo and behold, they printed money. Money started to come back into the market. And now we're kind of doing this consolidative move. And, you know, it looks to me like we're going to be doing something like this, you know, break up, break down, and start to really consolidate, get ready for that September, October move, and then boom, right? Like we always, you know, kind of do into the Santa rally. So looks like sideways price action inside of this bigger shape here is the macro analysis for the S&P. Look for one more move up, but I don't know if we go higher than 5,800, 5,760 for Bitcoin. You take a look at the NQ, and the NQ, same story, but look at the beautiful weekly. Oversold in that weekly, getting ready for a bigger move. To me, again, consolidation on the NQ, and then honestly, a really big move coming. I see them print, and into 2025. And lo and behold, we're going to get to these highs somewhere into 26,000. I see a new high coming for the S&P, for the NASDAQ and the S&P. And the weekly looks beautiful for a big move. Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD, turning up on the RSI and turning up on the stochastics RSI. Everything looking very, very nice for a bit of a pump here for the NASDAQ. Gold, all-time highs, right? We had this beautiful channel that we made, and that tells me it was going to coil up. It broke out a little bit and retested the top of the channel. Look at that. And this resistance area, 2,500, maybe resistance for Bitcoin. Looks like it wants to do some damage. And I mean, support for Bitcoin. Looks like it wants to do some damage. this little rising wedge could break out. Gold might have a bigger move to 2,700 faster than we realize. And that's telling us that the dollar is losing value fast. Gold is pumping hard. Solana BTC, kind of something that we want to watch. If the altcoins are doing well, Bitcoin will bounce, Solana will bounce, and Solana will beat up on Bitcoin. We'd like to see a bounce here on these altcoins. This is crucial. Solana BTC starts to drop down here. It's not going to be the best sign. We want to see Solana BTC get tighter inside the zone. I'd keep an eye on Solana BTC. And AVAX, got some news there. Grayscale using AVAX, institutional support for AVAX. And I've been saying to accumulate it around 20 bucks. It is up at $26, $27 now. Got a bit of a move. But I still believe anywhere in this zone here, anywhere under 30 is a really good spot for AVAX. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice, but I'm looking at this coin. I've been paying attention to it, and AVAX looks like it could get a move soon. Caspa still inside this beautiful trend line, getting tight. That's an ascending triangle. If any coin's going to pop, it's going to be Caspa with its own moves, its own, basically it's been kind of having its own little mini bull run at times compared to the rest of the market. So Caspa looking crazy. I see 37 as the target. I'm in Caspa. I built even a bag in these areas here for this swing trade. So I like what I'm seeing. Everybody, that was Bitcoin. Total 3. Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, the DXY, S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, gold, SOLBTC, AVAX, and Caspa. Everyone, I hope you had a wonderful day watching this macro technical analysis video. We got it done a little quicker than normal. Tried to shave off a few minutes there to keep you moving with your day. I know the attention span is getting smaller and smaller by the days. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, the key word that I'm leaving with you, right? The key word that I'm going to leave with you is rain dog. That's right, rain dog. RAINDOG, rain dog. And I'll be asking for that later on in the tweet. And whoever can put that keyword back into that tweet, we're going to pick you. So stay tuned. Have a great day. Crypto is life.